Hello, for the 21st Sunday of the year, usually known in the Gospel, Matthew 16, verses 13 to 20. You know, we priests, and particularly pastors, and I think bishops, we often wonder, what do people really think of us? How we're running this parish. And we're interested in that. I also believe that our president and politicians are interested in asking the question, what do the people think of me? Well, relative to politics and the news, they have and take their national polls and they tell you what the people think of you. And I think Jesus asked his disciples and is interested in something similar to that. What do the people say about me? And what do you think about me? Well, when he asks this question, what do the people say about me? It's interesting. The disciples, they sort of get behind the details and they say, well, Herod thinks you might be John the Baptist come back to life again. Herod probably had a lot of guilt. And he hears about this special person, Jesus, and he wonders if it's John the Baptist. And then the disciples will say, well, look, many of the people think you're prophetic. You have a lot to say. You're a prophet. You're another prophet. And there have been many. But Jesus, I think, wants to get deeper into what do they think. He wants to get more personal of what they think. And so he looks at each one, I guess, and says, well, what do you think? Tell me. You know, it takes a lot of guts to ask a person, what do you really think of me? Now be honest, what do you really think of me? Most of us would only ask that question if we already knew the answer. And the answer were positive. Oh, you're a good person, you know. You're good to be with, you know. You're the best mom. You're the best dad, you know. I really like you. You're my friend. If we know they would say that, we can easily ask the question. But what if we ask the question and we don't know the answer? Especially with perhaps the negative. Jesus wanted to know his disciples, and he also wanted his disciples to know him and love him. And so he asked those questions. Sort of interesting. Wow, Peter pops up with the perfect answer. You are the Christ. He's saying, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. It couldn't be better than that. And blessed are you, Peter, and so forth. Peter, in this case, gives a wonderful answer. Remember right after Easter when we're celebrating the resurrection, Thomas says, I'm not going to believe unless I put my finger, unless I put my hand into the side, I'm not going to believe. And then Jesus says, do it. Put your finger into my wound, into my hand, into my side. Thomas comes up eventually with a perfect answer about Jesus, my Lord and my God. Interesting. Do you remember last Sunday's gospel? The woman who says, help me, Jesus. Help my daughter who has an evil demon, cure her. And then that wild statement, but the perfect answer again. And this wasn't the woman. This is the woman through her action and her words and her pleas. And Jesus says, woman, how great is your faith. Wow. Jesus got some good answers. Maybe eventually, maybe just naturally, like the good woman who had great faith. I think Jesus asks each of us those two same questions. Who do the people say I am, or who do others, the world, say I am? But I think he asks one question much more and deeper, and that's the second question. That same question he asked his disciples, and who do you say that I am? You know, there's another recent popular statement going on which asks about morality and Jesus and morality, which is a simple question too. I think that's a darn good question, and that is, what would Jesus do? 4 words. What would Jesus do? Well, I think the epitome and the most important is the 6 words. Who do you say I am? And what would you answer? What would your answer be? Like the woman, the Canaanite woman? Like Peter? Like Thomas? Like his mother? We all have our own insight. But he's interested in each one of us to believe in him, have him as my leader or insightful one or my model, whatever it is. He wants each of us to answer that same question. Who do you say I am? Spend a little time with it. Certainly.